What's up, everybody? Welcome to the On the Ryze podcast. I'm your host, former Division I player and former professional player, Dustin Ware. Sitting here with our guest, a walking highlight reel, first team All-Region over a year ago, reigning state champion, just scored his over 1,500 points in his high school career, a McDonald's All-American nominee, and University of South Florida signee, CJ Brown. CJ, what's good, bro?
How you doing?
How you feeling, man? Everything all right?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good, bro. Good. Well, we're just gonna get into some quick questions real quick. So, CJ, give me your top 5 point guards of all time.
Steph Curry, Kyrie, CP3, Rondo, definitely Magic Johnson.
Magic? Okay.
Yeah.
Out of all the social media platforms between YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which one do you use the most? Which one's your favorite?
Definitely Instagram.
Instagram?
I use Instagram the most.
Just like you just be scrolling on it, the content and stuff?
I'll be scrolling on it, seeing all the highlights, basketball, funny stuff, all of it.
I got you. Give me your favorite non-basketball athlete and why.
Honestly, Serena Williams.
Ooh, okay. Tell me why.
Powerful black woman. She just made a way.
Okay. She definitely broke down plenty of barriers, no
Yeah.
question. Favorite NBA Jam team and duo?
Probably got to go with the Heat, LeBron and D-Wade.
It's hard to beat that one. All right, and then give me a favorite off-the-court memory you had with your teammates. Say it was a bus ride or, in the hotel, plane trip, anything like that, something in the airport, whatever, any funny moment or your favorite moment that you had with your guys.
I think it's definitely got to be California with Game Elite. We had rented our Airbnb, and we was all just playing the game, listening to music. So it was just fun.
Okay, y'all was what, on 2K, I'm assuming?
It was on 2K.
Who was winning?
I was winning, of course.
Who was you playing with?
I was playing with the Warriors. I got used Steph.
Steph's a cheat code on the game, though. Is that the only team? That's the only team you was using?
I used the Nets back when KD was on there.
Another cheat code, but I'll give it to you, though. I'll give it to you. Yeah, man, to be honest, I was still playing overseas when I first heard about you. Just some guys that were, around that I know were still, told me about you, but I never seen you live until this past year. It was the Hoops Giving. And, as you know, it was a lot of talent in the gym, a lot of good teams, a lot of good players, a lot of future pros in the gym. And I watched you for 1 quarter, honestly, and you really just jumped out to me, like, real quick. And it wasn't necessarily just your athleticism, but it was also your just intensity and just the fact that you really try to play the game the right way. But where does that come from for you? Where do you attribute that to?
I think I definitely get it from my parents. Like, everything they do, they go hard in. So just being able to witness that, I just carry on the same attitude to everything I do.
Got you. Were they I'm assuming they were influential in just getting you started in basketball and everything as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As I mentioned before, man, you're a walking highlight reel. We'll get into a little bit of that stuff later, but something that, I know I didn't forget, and I know most players that, don't really forget. Just take me through and describe your first in-game dunk. What age were you? If you can remember who it was against, where you were, just give me all the details you can remember.
My first in-game dunk, I believe, was 9th grade.
Okay.
I was playing in, a rec league, so it wasn't really too much hype, but I had got a steal, and I was all by myself. I didn't know whether to dunk it or lay it up because I just started dunking. I was like, I'm going to try it, and I dunked it.
So I'm assuming you've been like I was, you just in practice after practice throwing it up, trying to catch it. But what gave you the confidence to just really try it?
I definitely got one in warm-ups, so
okay, so you felt good.
Yeah, I was feeling good.
I got you. Did you did you dunk it clean? Was it a flush, or did it rattle around a little bit?
I dunked it clean.
Okay.
I really cocked it back. It was just like a rim grazer.
Just a real quick one. How'd you react after?
I didn't even know how to react. I couldn't believe I dunked it.
I'm assuming you were hyped, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I did, bro. When I dunked mine, I ran around the gym like crazy. I already know. I was at Kennesaw State too. It was in the summer, and I dunked it, bro. And it was like, I think I was running around hyped for 3 plays after that, just for no reason, man. So you always remember that first one for sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure. You guys, as I mentioned earlier, you guys won state last year. And something I really try to talk to a lot of guys about and explain to them, as I'm sure you know, you don't really win state during the game. You know what I'm saying? That's something you win consistently throughout the year, building up good habits.
Yes,
winning
sir.
isn't a it's not a switch you can turn on and off, right? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's something that you got to earn every day. Just tell me about how your teammates and coaches and yourself, obviously, just really locked in to make sure that y'all got that goal.
We definitely focused on details and accountability. That was probably our biggest things, and we weren't afraid to like hold each other accountable. Like if somebody missed a layup, it was 10 push-ups right then and there. We got to stop everything, do 10 push-ups.
Good.
And then the details, the little things, we knew we were talented, but what would get us over that hump and get us past the other talented teams were the details and the little things that would push us over there.
That's good, man. I mean, those are all key. What type of things did your coach emphasize in terms of, on both ends? Say, what type of things did he want to emphasize on offense, and what type of things on defense that you guys really locked into and bought into?
Defense was communication a lot and always being ready, getting in the stance and active hands. And offense was finding our spots. And we had a lot of tall players, so we always found a mismatch where we can.
Yeah, I could tell that too, because you guys did play very patient. But you guys also, at the same time, like you said, y'all's communication was key. And you guys really rotated and moved as a unit, you know what I'm saying, which is, a common trait of teams that win. So we'll kind of get into it a little bit here with your film. Like I said, this is your state championship game from last year. Man, you made a lot of big plays. You made a lot of big plays, and that's one thing that I really see about you. You make a lot of winning plays, stuff that may not necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but you just have like a winner's mentality. Again, did that come from, your parents? Did you always kind of have that drive to be on top and to win? What do you attribute that to a little bit?
I'm the youngest out of 4, so everybody would beat me and everything. So I guess I just developed a competitive nature from young. So
you used to fighting for your spot.
Yes, sir.
I got it. And you definitely carry that intensity here, man. Yeah, here you are getting to your spot, starting the game off right, man. You know that you want to be aggressive and start it off, getting some great pull up. Here you are coming off the pin down, getting the ball, nice in and out play, knock down the 3. This is just a start the game, first 2 plays. And then here you are, you've been cooking. You know what I'm saying? You come down, get the ISO. The defender actually plays good defense here. Gets the block. But you stay with it. But that's just crazy. Like, and you geeked up too. Like, I can tell. But the funny thing is, after meeting you in person, I realized you're not even as. I thought you were a little bit taller than what you are. So just plays like that are just crazy at your height, man. So, and you definitely in the zone. So when you in the zone at this point, what's kind of going through your mind? How are you processing the game? Like, you already know how you started the game off great. Scored the first few points. Big game. What's going through your mind at this time?
Just taking what the defense gives me, and I know I'm hot. I just hit a couple shots, so I'm gonna keep being aggressive and keep throwing the punches first.
We definitely see it here. Coming off again, great ISO possession. Tough shot for the and 1 bucket, and. Yeah, I always say any dude that's just looking at the floor talking to himself, he definitely in the zone. You know what I'm saying? Or he's just crazy. But we're not gonna go there. But what I want you to do, man, I want you to just walk me through this play. Like, what are you reading in your defender here?
He keeps trying to gamble for the steal.
Okay.
So I know he'll be kind of off balance, and I see his right foot is up. So I attack that, and then when his right foot drops, cross over and pull up.
Absolutely. Now, you do a good job of really taking him to a spot and really getting him off balance. That allows you to kind of create the space there to get the shot off. And obviously, he fouls you and got the and 1. Here, now on this play, you get the ball on the break. Great attack and transition. Find the shooter right there in the corner. Just break down what you see right here on this play.
Just trying to run the floor, get to my spots fast. And I see my man's in the corner. He was trying to play the steal, so he didn't know where the shooter was at. His back was turned, so I had to find my shooter.
Absolutely. It's funny you say that, because that's the point I was going to make. When you come off this play here and you get to this corner, one thing that, like, every good PG has to have, especially at the next level where you're going, you got to start being able to manipulate the defense with your eyes and your body a little bit. And I don't even know if you consciously did it here, but you can tell the guy did it just because of the way the defender jumps back. And like you said, you could tell he didn't know where his man was, so you could kind of manipulate him with your body and your eyes. You do a great job here. You see he jumps back. Great pass. That's a great play. Now here on the defensive end, and you don't slack on defense like a lot of good players kind of tend to do. You're competitive on that end. Was that something that you always had, or did the coach have to really drive you on that point?
I always had the aggressiveness, but sometimes I could get a little too aggressive, get into foul trouble real fast.
So they had to tone you down.
Yeah,
I got you. It's probably because you listened to Lil Baby before the game. You too geeked up.
You're Lil Baby to go.
But so here you are, man, just in good defensive position where you're supposed to be. Good help early, rotate back to your guy. And again, you make winning plays. So here you are just taking the charge, teammates there to help you up. Good attack, get downhill. Great read of the defense. You see where they are, kick it out to your man. Now, the only thing I'll be critical of this play is right here.
Yes, sir.
You see yourself, like you see your body. At the next level, now your teammate, he misses you here. But at the same time, you got to be ready to shoot this ball. You're standing straight up. You're not ready. You start playing with, older, more experienced guys who are going to kick that ball out to you. You want to be ready to knock that shot down. So prepare your body to be ready.
I got you.
But outside of that, bro, your teammate doesn't get you. Now, he drives in and doesn't score. What a lot of guys do, they put their head down, they pout, they're doing jumping jacks to show everybody that they were open and they got missed. But you're a winner. You don't really play the game that way. You hustle back, get an extra possession for your team in a big game. The game is tight. And those things are a big part of what makes you you and what makes you unique and special. It's not just the highlights, the athleticism. It's the things that you do to make sure that you affect winning. And not everybody is focused on that. And so those things are what is really going to drive you and help you get on the court early and often. Really at the next level is you have to be able to affect winning, and you do that very well. Now, this is a little bit later in the game. You come down. Great job in the side pick and roll. He goes under. You're patient. You wait for him to come back. Great split and attack and get downhill. Now, I'm going to give you a pop quiz. There's only one thing that's really wrong about this play, but I'm going to show it to you one more time, and I want you to tell me what's wrong with this. You figured out?
Land on two, play off 2 feet.
Sure, but that's not a bad answer. My biggest thing is here. You see at the bottom how it says, last 343, you guys have had 0 points and 4 turnovers, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a big game that you guys were up big on, and they came back. So, as one of the best players on the team, and most importantly, as a point guard, your main job is to be able to control tempo and to understand and to control the flow of the game. So the only negative about this play is you have to recognize that we've been in a drought. We haven't had good possessions. You guys were a little, all over the place, throwing the ball over, weren't getting good shots. You have to be the calming presence and the guy to right the ship back. So if you see that you guys have been in a drought, now you got to slow it down. And you did it here where you got into a play that you knew you could attack. But you got to do that early. You can't wait 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
I got you.
So the reason I say that is because at the next level, bro, that's the difference in winning and losing, right? Like I remember that a bad 2 to 3 minute stretch is the difference in me not beating a top-ranked Kentucky team on the road. And then on the flip side, a good couple minutes was the difference in me beating a good Tennessee team on the road or whatever it may be. So once you understand that, like, okay, you got to always be conscious of the possessions and the plays that are going on, it's going to help you your what I like to call your quarterback skills on the floor, being able to control the tempo and manage everything that's going on.
Yes, sir.
You gotta, if you combine that with your explosive plays, your ability to score and play defense, your value just increases. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
This is just you getting the ball, showing off your speed here in the open floor. Stuff that you do all the time. See the defender one-on-one. Get to the rack. That's a big score, and you guys are down in this play. That's a big play. One thing I want to show you, man, just as a teaching point, be careful of this pass. it's hard, like, because you see he's got position right, but he doesn't really have position. So this is a guy that's fighting over the top. You can see he's kind of swim moving him a little bit, and he's probably a little bit stronger than him.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's hard for the bigs because they're backing the guy down, trying to get their leverage. If you don't really give him time to really seal him, get him on his back, it's a hard catch for him to make. And at the end of the day, this is a turnover on you, and it's not his fault. It's your fault. You see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So once you kind of realize, okay, maybe he doesn't have them, cool, I'll back it out. We can get something else. You got to always think protect the ball. You know what I'm saying? Once your most concern is protecting the ball and keeping the possession, now, again, it's just going to increase your value and increase your ability to stay on the floor because they can trust you with your decision-making.
Yes, sir.
Now, here, you guys fought back. It's a 2-point game right here with a minute left. And you catch the ball in a sweet spot, square up, great spin move. That's just a crazy finish. I ain't even gonna lie to you to put the game away. But what I want to ask, I want you to take me through that play again and just tell me what you saw here.
Initially, the play is for me to get the ball at like
where were you supposed
slot,
to catch it? Yeah. Right in the slot area?
Yeah, yes, sir. But he was fronting me, so he gave it to Payne, and then Payne kicked it back out to reset, and then I got it, and I tried to turn and go immediately.
So right here, you face up, he's crowding you. You know what I'm saying? You do a good job of just creating a little space with your elbows. What are you reading in the back line of the defense there?
I'm reading how the quarter man on ball side is going to play it, and how whoever's guarding the block or the dunker spot plays it.
You could tell that. Great job on the spin. Again, bro, that's just a crazy finish to put the game away. You're a guy that you make winning plays, and that's the stuff that is evident about you. Like, it's very obvious about you. It's one of the things that caught my eye when I first saw you was, you had a couple dunks and you made a couple plays, but it's the passes, it's the intensity, it's the focus that you have throughout the game that really, in my opinion, really separates you and has a chance for you to be special in that way.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about let's talk about your travel program a little bit, Game Elite. You've been with those guys for how long?
3 years.
3 years now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How have they been, and how's that experience been in terms of your development, playing with those guys that you play with? What's that whole experience been like for you?
It's been great. I love being with them on and off the court. It's really a family bond. They teach you life lessons, and they teach you basketball, how to play it the right way, and just what to do.
Can you give me an example of some of the life lessons they've kind of taught to you guys?
I remember being at Waffle House. It was like 12 at night. We just finished like a 9 o'clock game, and we was getting food. And Coach Des, he was just teaching us how to use our utensils. Thank the waitress, like tip the waitress. So just like lifelong things that you could use other than basketball.
That's so funny, man, because when I got to college, that's how it was too, as well. Like, you'll meet so many different people. You'll have some boosters or donors or whatever, and you'll have these dinners to just kind of show face and be around them and stuff because they want to be around athletes. And
yes,
you gotta know how to use your fork and knife. You gotta know where's your cup go, where's your bread go. So that's great that he's telling you that, and just treating people with respect, obviously, and always, tip the waitress, be kind, be polite. That stuff will always take you a long way.
Yes,
so it's great that they're teaching you that. You play with Jeremiah, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got one question. Who's a better dunker between y'all two?
It's me. He knows it's me. He probably has more tricks, but
he knows it's you?
He knows it's me. He won't even admit it, but he knows.
Why? Tell me why. What makes you say? Are you a better in-game dunker or both? Like dunk contest, in-game. You got both.
I got better in-game. He probably has more tricks than me, like between the legs, 360s, but I got better in-game.
In-game.
Yes, sir.
You trying to catch bodies?
Yeah.
I understand, man. I get it. I wish I had your athleticism. I would have tried everybody, like for real. What's the main thing you've been working on in your game, man? That you've kind of been working on last summer that you've seen translate? And also just stuff that you want to continue to work on. Give me some stuff.
Definitely confidence in my jump shot. Last summer, I wouldn't be too confident in my mid-range, but I feel like I definitely got that down pack, and now I'm trying to move it further and expand my range.
Keep expanding your range.
Yes, sir.
What's some of the things that you've been trying to do in order to improve that?
Just consistency, trying to stay in the gym and stay with my shot form and improve it, if anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, shooting ain't nothing but reps, bro. You just
sir.
go in there, lock in, make sure that obviously you want to shoot good reps, and everything you do, I tell anybody that's in the gym working, it's got to be game speed. So
Yes,
if you're
sir.
gonna shoot that ball in the game like this, when you're in the gym and ain't nobody in there, do it the same time, same
sir.
rhythm. Give me one short-term goal that you have and one long-term goal.
Short term, I want to win 5A Player of the Year. And long term, I want to start for USF freshman year.
Okay.
That's what I'm really looking for. So.
Okay. I like that. That's a good goal to have. Speaking of USF, you know what I'm saying? Like we mentioned before, you signed to USF. What was a big reason why you chose them? You had a lot of schools after you, but what was a big reason you chose them? What was it about them that you felt comfortable going there?
I really like Coach Amir. Coach Amir has been talking to me since like freshman year, and I really just got to see how much of a good person he is on and off the court. And their system, I like how they play fast, and I think I'll thrive in that system.
Was it the fact that he really, like you said, came early and you could tell, like, okay, he genuinely has liked me and been here from the beginning of this recruiting process, that weighed heavily for you in your decision?
Yes, sir. He never had a drop off. It was always consistent, and I see he actually really believed in me. So
that's great. That's huge. From day one, what are they getting in CJ?
Just a competitor. I want to win. I want to do anything to put us on top, and just a dog.
What's a dog mean to you in your mind?
Anybody who will compete at a high level to win.
I like that answer. Give me an example of your leadership style. Are you a guy that you wear your emotions on your sleeve
yes,
a lot?
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? You're very intense, and I love to see it. It's different than how I was as a player, but I don't mind guys who are emotional on the floor. Are you an emotional type leader? Are you a rah guy? Do as I do? What do you feel your leadership style is?
I think sometimes at first I can come off as rah, but then I'll pull the player aside or pull the team aside and just like break it down to them why I was said this or the deeper meaning behind it.
I got you. So you don't mind really, talking to guys like aggressive when it needs to be, but if
yes,
you
sir.
understand, okay, I need to really chill and break it down and all that, you feel you have the ability to do that too.
Yes, sir.
That's dope, man. And that's, in leadership, you got to have different ways of doing things. Not everyone is the same way. Guys that I had to learn that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the guy that just, especially early, I yelled and screamed at everybody because I was competitive. I wanted
yes,
to
sir.
win. But then I realized, okay, some of my teammates don't really respond to that well, and it's good that you figured that out early and you're able to kind of add that to your game and to just your style of leadership. And you'll have to make some adjustments again, but that's a part of it. It's always, recalibrating, adjusting, trying to figure out what it's gonna take and how I need to be in order to win.
Yes, sir.
Which I know is important to you. Give me the most influential person in your life / your basketball journey?
Definitely my older brother. He definitely influenced me. He always helped me. Even when he went to college, I'll go watch his games and just cheer him on. And then when he comes back from college, he'll cheer me on.
Okay.
So I just feel like he always got a special place for me.
How much older is he than you?
He's 8 years older
8
than
years.
me.
Where did he
Yes,
play college at?
Tennessee Westland.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you got a chance to go up there and watch him and all that.
Yes, sir.
What type of advice did he give you about transitioning to the next level?
Just prioritizing. I always have a schedule or some type of like timing that I have to like create.
That's great advice. Because, you get to college, man, and you're on your own.
Yes, sir.
Mom not waking you up, not getting your breakfast, doing all that. Like, you have to do that. You got to manage your time, your schedule, organize yourself. You got to do all that and get to, 1, 2, sometimes even 3 practices in a day, whatever it may be. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, no, that's phenomenal advice, man, and that's something that if you continue to focus on that, it's going to help you a lot. You'll see your first year for sure. That's the hardest time where you're like everything is new, bigger campus than you're used to from high school.
Yes, sir.
So that adjustment will help if you get the time management aspect for sure. And then last question, man, what is your why? Why do you put all this time in? Why do you put this effort in? What is it that you want to get out of the game? What's it mean to you?
I just see my family. I have family in Illinois, and they grew up rough, so I don't want any of my family to live like that again. So I always think about that, and it always pushing me to go harder. And just seeing my parents work and then come home tired, it just really hurts me. I just want to make it better for them.
It's inspirational to you, right? If you look at them and you see, hey, they can put all this time in, this effort in, and not complain.
Yes, sir.
You know, you
still make time for me. So
absolutely. No, that's great, man. That's great. Like I said before, man, I'm a big fan. I'm definitely gonna keep following you. You know, for this season, obviously, and then on, and just continue to work, man. Continue to work. I think just meeting your family earlier, they seem great. You got a great head on your shoulders. Continue to do that, man. Continue to work. Keep good people around you, and I think the sky's the limit for you, man. And I'm ready to see it all happen for you.
Thank you.
All right, man. Absolutely. That's it, everybody.